Hello everyone, welcome back to our programming and web development training. 13 Jan 2025, we are trying to move with our session number 2. Session number was 1 was divided into 2 halves, if else and switch was in the session 2. Now we are trying to learn about looping statements. 3 major loops which you will find. 3 major loops. You might find more loops in languages. For loop statement. Don't forget it is a statement. Means it will have a semicolon. 2 while statement. Okay. And do while statement. Some language doesn't support do while. We'll try to learn that. Do while loop statement. It is supported in C, C++, Java, and C#. All the 3 languages. C, C++, Java, C#. 4 languages support these 3 loops. There might be more, there might be less, which we will learn in that languages. Let us learn for loop, while loop, do while loop. First thing is always to learn syntax. Why do we need a loop? I have some statements to execute repetitively. Then we'll go with for loop, while loop, or do while loop. Like that. I have one statement, I want to print it 10 times. Okay. Thank you. So we have for loop. So first thing is for loop. For round bracket, semicolon. Don't forget, every program will have this semicolon, most of the languages. Okay. For loop, while loop. Do while has do statement while round bracket and say. This is how it looks. Okay. I'm just trying to type the first basic syntax. For loop has 3 things to execute. Assignment, semicolon, condition, semicolon, increment or decrement with a statement here or statements. It depends on loops, right? With respect to while loop will have a bit different syntax here. So assignment comes here, the initial value, then comes the condition, and then comes the statement or statements. Statement or statements. Do while has a bit different syntax again. Assignment, semicolon. Do a statement here, and then while with the condition. As usual, my first practice is to show you people the syntaxes. For loop, while loop, okay. For loop, while loop, and do while loop. Okay, let us see the syntax first, then we'll try to learn how it executes and what you people have to remember while executing. We'll do a dry run also, just for learning. Okay. Perfect. We will proceed. And for loop.c, or I'll type it as loops.c. Include PWD or not. You want it to me? I'll take 3 variables. For now, I'm going with the bad practice. Don't do this. For semicolon. Here comes 2 semicolons. Is this right? Yes. You should not get any errors. Okay. First, understand this is a syntax error. Observe my typing. For round bracket semicolon, within this we have two statements. This is how the loops look. This is my for loop. No errors. While here I should have a condition A is equal to 0. No errors. There is an unreachable code. That's fine. It's a warning. Don't worry about it. Do while. Do semicolon while round bracket semicolon, and here you should have there's only one unreachable code. That is fine. So this is the basic syntax. You should know where the semicolons reside. This is my for loop. This is my while loop. This is my do while loop. Supported in C, C++, Java, C#. The languages which support this, you learn once, you apply it for all the others. It is supported by C, C++, Java, and C# or C# language. When you go to SSJS, when you go to JavaScript, AMScript, we'll learn that. Learn all the content. Now, since we know the basic syntax, what comes in this, how it executes, that is what we will be learning, and we will apply in our problem solving. As the statement says, it is a loop, means it will execute in circular manner. Execute, execute, execute until it becomes true or false. Now it's time to learn the fundamentals of loops execution. Okay, I'll take the example of for loop first. This is all syntax. As I mentioned, I will be giving you the notes. Here, that's my duty to explain it. Let me explain the following. Assignment, condition, increment, then come statements 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number is important. Okay. Perfect. For loop. For, as I mentioned, like this, with two symbols. Here comes 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 4, and this is 3. To make it simpler, I'll try to type this with a block. 1 semicolon 2 semicolon 4. This is 3 actually. Body is 3. Now what is 1? 1 stands for assignment, which is the initial value. 2 is your condition. Don't forget, condition will give you only 2 answers, true or false. 3 is the body. I'll call it as body, or you can also call it as statement or statements. 4 is increment of the value or decrement based on how you started. Okay. Now, how does it execute? How does it execute? Assignment. First, it is assignment 1. Then it will execute 2. So 1, 2. If it is true, condition will be true. If it is true, it will execute 3 and 4. Then it will come to 2 again, that is condition. Check the condition. If it is true, it will execute 3 and 4. Don't forget this. 3 and 4 will be executed. It will check the condition. This is the loop. This is how it executes. 3 and 4. 2, if it is true, it will execute 3 and 4. 2, if it is false, it won't execute 3 and 4. And now, now do remember 1 will be executed in for loop, which is assigned only once. 2 will execute. If it is false, 3 and 4 will never execute. This is the placement 1, 2, 3. And if you want to know the execution style, 1 will execute, it will go to 2. From there, it will go to body. From 3, it will go to 4. From 4, it will go to 2. From 2, it will be 3, 4. If it is true, it will execute 3 and 4. It will execute 3 and 4. That's what I was explaining. This is how the for loop works. You should remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, it is false. Done. Your end of your program or the loop. Okay. Now comes while. 1, while, round bracket open close, and here you have 2, which is condition. 3 and 4, it is here. 3 and 4 is within this. A bit different one, but this is how it looks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is very simple and easy to understand. 1 will be executed only once. Same thing. Same thing it will happen. 2, if it is 2, it will be having 3 and 4 together. It will execute 3 and 4. 3 can be any number of statements. 4 can be any number of statements. It depends. 4 is always my increment or decrement. The value should increase or it should decrease. There is a difference in do while. 1, 2, and then comes 5. Here there is a difference. Here comes 4. Okay. Here comes 2 and 3. Now what is 2 and what is 3? 2 is statements. 3 is increment. 4 is your condition. Okay. The order is different here. Order is different. Let me put only this. Now I'm explaining do while. 1 is assignment. 2 is the body. 4 is the conditional statement here. Increment or decrement is taken care of. So the order of execution is a bit different now. 1, it will execute. 1 assignment. It will execute 2 and 3. Then it will check the condition 4. If it is true, then it will execute 2 and 3. Because of this behavior, there is a difference. Round bracket is telling the condition. 2 and 3. 4 is the condition. True, it will execute 2 and 3. 4, if it is false, then it will stop 2 and 3. So a bit different one. When we start solving the problem, then we can understand it, how to use it. But loop is a loop. But only thing is, body part, this body, will execute at least once, even if it is false. That's what I've explained it in the explanation here. Okay. So do while loop is an exit check loop. For loop and while loop are entry check loops because they enter, check, and then enter. For loop is used, while loop is used, statement within the body of do while will execute at least once, even if the condition is false, which we will see with an example. Okay. So this is how the statements look like. So I just wanted to explain about the syntaxes in the video here. So with this execution part, I'll show you all the 3 programs in once, just to print 5 times a program. Then we'll deep dive into all the content. Okay. Just give me 1 minute so that I can start with WC and explain all the 3 programs, all the 3 loops in one program. Okay. So now, since we know the syntax of it, we will learn each one of them. I'll execute all the 3 programs once. 1, 2, 3. For loop, while loop, do while loop. Then we'll try to know the differences between them, how to use them, when to use them with some examples in upcoming things. So this entire week we will spend on if else, loops and arrays. That is the reason I wanted to introduce this at the very beginning of the week on Monday. Okay. What is the exercise now? Is to execute the for loop, while loop, and do while loop once. Okay. Which will be static. Not sure. I want you people to execute the same way. Then 2025, for one dots. This is my first program. Hash include stdio dot h. Only request is try to type each and every program every time from this batch. Okay, I want three statements. Printf slash the startup program. Printf India. Printf so, if I run this program, as you know, it will print only startup program, India, end of program. Right? If you want, you can clear the pin using the CLR SCR function. Save it, compile it, run it, and go to window and use this. Now I want to print India 5 times. So I need variables. And then I have to go with it. So if you want to print this, so for loop, semicolon, or this will be considered. I need some variables here so that it can start and end. So I'll take two variables, int a comma b comma c, for example. And here I'll be going with a is equal to 1, b is equal to 5, and I don't need c, or c is equal to 1. I'm giving all these static values. A is equal to 1, semicolon, a is less than or equal to b, a is equal to a plus c. Okay, because I want to show you how this runs. Flag bracket open, flag bracket close. Even if it is one statement, that's fine. You can give the flag bracket, or if I run the program now, hoping that this will run and print India by time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Wonderful. But I want to show you how it executes one by one. So let's hope that it will run. But unfortunately, this part will execute together. But you cannot see it. But remember 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is your loop. So what will happen to A? So variables, we need to deep dive into variables and its concepts. So to make it faster and quicker, I'll copy this code while one.c. I'll just convert this program into while program. While A is less than or equal to B. This is my statements. And here I have to write A is equal to A plus C. Save it, compile it and run it. You'll not find much difference between it is a for loop, while loop, or others. Right? Because output is giving you the same output of printing India 5 times. We can make it as dynamic later. So if I want to print this in do while loop, you should know the syntax first. Always learn the syntax of any language. Do while one dot c. Do while When it comes to do while, first comes this should be cut. Here comes do, and here comes while. So if I see the output after running it, you'll not find any difference in these loops when it is executing or when you see the output. But what we should understand is the body is getting executed first and then the condition. So to make it simpler, to make it interesting, we will run each one of them one by one. Okay, first I'll show you the dual loop. If we make it this as dynamic, probably then we can understand better. So I would like to show while loop first. And then I'll give you a call in 5 minutes. Okay, perfect. While loop. Now let us compare all our statements. So this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay. Just to make it simpler, I'll make this as 2 for your reference. This is 3. You can have any number of these, and this is 4. Then what is 1? All these 3 statements will be considered as 1. This is 1. All these 3 are variables, don't forget. Variables value keep changing. Now I'll execute one by one. A is 1, B is 5, C is 1. Condition. 1 is less than or equal to 5. True. It will go in. It will execute 3 and 4. It will print India. And now, this is interesting. This part. Always assignment operator right hand side. A value is 1. C value is 1. 1 plus 1 it is 2. It will store it in A again. So A value is now 2. 2 is less than or equal to 5. True. A is 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. True. 4, 5, 6. A value is 6. 6 is less than or equal to 5. False. Now it will come out. Okay. If you can remap this to for loop, then that's how it works. Okay. The output is this one. Loop ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ 1 ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ 2 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಬರೀ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು 4 because we are incrementing the value. Sometimes you end up in a infinite loop which I will explain in the upcoming videos what will happen, and other stuff will be in the next thing. This is our while loop execution. It applies to your for loop also, same manner 1 2 3. Remember those times. I'll try to pick some interesting editors which can show you each block how it is executed. Okay. Now the do while loop. There is some change in do while loop which I will show you with an example. Okay. When it comes to output, you will not find much difference. It will give you the same. But the difference is this is 2 and 3. Condition is 4. First, it will print India. A is 2 now. 2 less than or equal to 5. True. Then it will come back execute. 3, 4, 5. Now it is 6. False and outer. Output is the same, but it will change if I make this change here. Observe the screen. Even though it is false, it will execute India once. Start the program. India is printed 2. A is 2 now, not 1. 2 is greater than or equal to 5. False. But still you will see India once. But it will not happen in while loop. If I change the condition here, A is greater than or equal to B. You will not see India getting printed at all. Check the condition first. That is the reason we call this one as entry check loop. 2, A value is 1. Sorry, A value is 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 5. False. It won't execute at all. So you will not see India getting printed at least once. Okay. Entry check loop, exit check loop. This is how it works. So for loop, I'll show you in some other editor, which is very beautiful to see and understand. So this is the code, which this is the notes which I'll be putting it in the folder, as I was mentioning, which is here, C programming. I'll paste all the things which is required, and then we can just, so conditional statements. We have discussed on this one. We have discussed on operators. I would like to put that here. And then we have discussed about variables. I would like to put that here. And we have discussed about C programming, right? Structure of it, hello world program is being explained. Some escape characters also, right? I would like to put this as explanation of hello world in C. Structure is also good. Let it be. I would like to put this also in your world. So we have discussed about operators, conditional statements, hello world program, printing, some printing statements, and conditional or looping statements also. We will deep dive into that. So arrays is what we are picking next concept in the next one. So I'll put that one also here. Okay. So we are going for a break. So when we come back, we are picking the next video. So please do drop out of this call and rejoin. Then we come back. Thank you. 10 minutes break. Drop and rejoin.